Hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me. I'm trying a new streaming platform today called Restream. So we're going to stumble through together. Let me know if all seems right. Hopefully, yes, it does. Um, I am seeing some friends in the comments. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Melon and Kat. Hello. Malin is going to be making lunch for the first sprint. Very good. And then I need to make a thumbnail to upload finally my June vlog of rules of survival. Excellent. I'm excited for that. Thank you, Laura. I can see and hear you. Okay, good, 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 good. Apologies for the crazy hair this morning. I did a curly hair routine and the bangs curled and nothing else. Everything else is just kind of like wavy puffy, and the bangs went crazy. So I look insane this morning, and that's fine. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, nutrition sounds like a good thing. Good morning to Laura. Did I set an alarm just for this? Yes, I did. I did as well. But thank you for joining. Good morning, JK. Wow, I'm realizing the comments are very slow to move in and out on this. So, uh, that's one little difference. 1:30 p.m. for Curious Cat. And Helicopter is here. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming back. Yes, thank you for letting me know that I sound okay. Oh my goodness, yes, Laura, you're on the West Coast. I forgot. It's 4:30 a.m. Going to get some words in before work. Oh my gosh, you are so committed, and I hope we'll make it worth your while. We will definitely get some sprints in. You are committed. I love that. Hello, Bombastus. Thanks for coming. Thank you, friends. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've done a stream, a morning stream, no less. But I'm very excited. I am starting my Harris book rewrite this week. I am working on a new prologue this morning that I've already started and hope to finish. I have set up kind of a aggressive writing schedule for the rest of the year, honestly, so that I could finish Hera's book on Halloween and then send to beta readers potentially in November if no one thinks that I'm crazy for asking them to read something in November when they're working on their own projects. And so that involves me doing 2 chapters a week. I have no idea, of course, if that's doable or not. That this is naive Anna making a plan of what would be cool, not educated Anna about what is possible. Um, However, I'd like to try. So that's what we're going to do. And the plan that I made was forgetting the fact that I need to write a new prologue. So I'm actually already behind because I started with chapter 1. So we have got a lot to do. Laura says, I'm totally fine with chatting too. I love the company here. Well, we're so glad you're here. Thank you, JK. I've been really well, actually. This week has been so nice because we're having a cold spell. Well, cold spell in Atlanta. And the temperatures have been in the 70s. Sorry, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's about 20 degrees cooler than it usually is. And it's been rainy and misty and oh my God, my soul leaps. We've thrown all the windows open in the house and kept them open, and the rain has been coming in and out. And so for the past like 2 days, I've just been listening to rain and getting fresh air in my house. And it's really done wonders for my mood because I get really big seasonal depression in summertime here in Atlanta. So I'm super well. Thank you. I'll reread it anytime. Yeah, it's definitely coming your way, Valen. I write I wrote a bonus scene last night for a study in demonology. It's from the point of view of the right-hand man of the secret society's leader. Ooh, very good. How does this right-hand man feel about his leader? Is he working against him, potentially behind his back? That'd be a fun thing to reveal, which does sound very interesting. And hello, Brooke slash Allie. Good morning. Good morning. I was thinking of you yesterday. I was checking your page to just make sure I wasn't overlapping with you on a stream because I love your streams as well. So I'm really happy to see you. 21 Celsius, which is not hot, but also not cold. So kind of in between. Yeah, exactly. It's enough that I can get away with this sweatshirt in the mornings, which I'm a big fan of. Alrighty, friends, I am going to go ahead and get us into a sprint. As we know, we need to sprint because Laura woke up at 4:30 a.m. for this. So we'll do a couple of sprints, probably just two, since I need to log on to work in a little less than an hour and a half. So we'll do a 25 and then see how much we chat, and that will decide how long our second sprint is. Um, Yay, so glad to make it this morning. Tripto is here. Hi, welcome. Thanks for being here and let us know what you are working on this morning. Um, Laura said, the leader is straight. The right-hand man is a closeted gay who's crushed on him for years at school. Oh, okay. I was thinking like sinister politics, and you're writing romance. So very different, but that's very cool. All right. So this is my first time screen sharing with this new software, so just give me a little bit of grace here. I'm pulling up Malon's pool timer in summertime. And hopefully once I full screen, you can all see it well. All right, so here's 25 minutes on the clock, everybody. Good luck. Alrighty, everybody. That's the end of our first sprint. I hope that was good for you. Let me get all my banners down and whatnot. Let me know how you did. I did really well. I got 500 words in my prologue. And I'm really pleased with that because I've been struggling like little bit by little bit with this prologue. It's the classic thing of facing the blank page once again and feeling like everything I'm writing is like written in crayon and it feels like I'm just bloop bloop bleep blop, like it just feels really poor. But the more I get into it, the more I'm finding places to drop lore and set things up, and that's, what I really needed this prologue to do, and it's getting really fun now. I'm finding fun ways to foreshadow things and just deepen things, and so now that I'm in it and I figured out the order of things, it's getting more fun. So, I got 500 words there. So the prologue's gonna be long, and to be honest, I will probably just title it Chapter 1 and then have like a time break of like 1 year later, Chapter 2. Um, since I know prologues are controversial, and this one will be quite long. Um, so that's how I did. Let me know how you guys did. I'm scrolling back up on Laura's romance. There may be choking involved, high tension because they have both killed, but the leader's kill came back to life. I think this is very fun. I think that's really fun because it's like that old trope of like who would you call to bury a body and like who do you trust the most to keep your secrets and help you solve your sinister problems, and it seems like they are each other's people, if I'm interpreting that right. And we got a snippet, two snippets from my bonus scene. Couldn't help caressing his face with my gaze, smooth the folds of furrowed skin between his brows, count the pale freckles that dusted his aquiline nose and cheeks, analyze the way the light streaming in through the abbey ruins caught on his dark hair like an unholy halo. I love that unholy halo. That's so good. Here's our second snippet. We're being blessed today. My lungs spasmed and screamed as if incense had burned up all the oxygen inside them, the smoldering incense of my devotion. Strong fingers constricted harder, my heartbeat thudding against the noose of a hand, the only part of his flesh I'll ever feel. This is intense for 8 o'clock in the morning, but I am so here for it. Roy has been snuggled. Time for some more words again. Back to Giuseppina's point of view. She's noticing a love interest for the first time. He can curse in Italian, so she knows he's cultured. That makes me laugh. Malin has made and eaten lunch while watching an episode of Smallville. How are you liking Smallville, Malin? Luke and I rewatched it a couple of years ago, and the first seasons were very enjoyable. I think I tapped out somewhere in the middle because the writing got really cheesy. And Luke continued without me because he's a completionist. But we did really enjoy the first couple of seasons as a rewatch. Now ready for some thumbnail making. How are you getting on with Restream? It's good. Yeah, I think it does all the things that StreamYard does. I think I fumbled a little bit with my intro. It doesn't automatically go away, so I was just sitting there for a second going before I realized I had to take it down. But yeah, y'all let me know if you notice anything horrible. Um, yes, thank you. I think this is for my 500 words. Laura got some words edited and some drafted. Allie had a little bit of breakfast and made coffee. Read what I wrote 3 weeks ago. Oh my! That's okay. I think just opening the document, that's the hard part. That's where the most friction is, right? So you've already done that, and that's great. JK got some words written for chapter 12 and reread chapter 11 to get in the zone and brainstorm ideas for chapter 12. Good job. Pro prologue team. Yeah, I am too. I think as long as they're done right, I really I don't get the hate. Sometimes the prologues like really make me hype for the book more than anything else because a lot of times they're layering in a lot of questions that I'm suddenly excited to see answered. So I'm pro prologue too, but I do agree that they have to be done right, meaning they should come at some distance from the main story, either from a different character, from the main character, from a different point in time. They should be separated by some sort of psychic distance. At least that's how I feel. Laura gave us a last line. I wanted to touch it myself and see how soft it was. His hair. Very good. The lapsus each other's problem and people. Yeah, perhaps they are each other's problem as well. And JK realized I never gave the restaurant my characters went into in the previous chapter a name or had them eat late lunch. Ah, the joys of writing. I love that. I never name anything in a first draft that I don't have to, or a second draft, honestly. And Malin can attest to this because when my characters went to a tavern, it was tavern. And when my characters rode a horse, the horse's name was horse. So I'm with you on that. I am pro bracket team all the way. Some love for the snippet. It's giving yearning, and it is. I'm actually enjoying the rewatch so much. It's so cheesy, but lowest in the season, and I love their banter. Oh, yeah. I'm at the end of season 4 at the moment. Well done. You're quite a good ways into it. For Kat, I've written about over 1,100 words today, which I'm so pleased about. Not all in the sprint, though. I started earlier today. Okay, thanks for thanks for clarifying. That is awesome. An 1,100 word day feels amazing. I hope to have one of those soon. I'm hoping to start writing 1,000 words a day, or at least aiming for it or shooting for it. And I feel like that should get me roughly where I need to be. So I'm hoping to adopt this energy. But horse can be funny to keep, though. A horse named Horse kind of slaps. I think it is kind of funny. It doesn't match the tone of this book, but I could see it matching a tone of a different book. Maybe even Gemstone, could have room for that sort of little silly humorousness. I could see Poppy naming a horse Horse because she just didn't want to come up with a name for said horse. Like, we used to call my cat just Le Chat, the cat, despite him being called Gaspard. I think that's so funny. Luke's childhood dog was named Puppy. He was this little 5-pound, I don't even know what kind of dog he was, cockapoo or something. He was absolutely minuscule. And when they brought him home as a puppy, they didn't have a name. So they just called him Puppy, Puppy until they were going to come up with a name. And lo and behold, a new name never came. And so he was just called Puppy until he was an old 15-year-old senior citizen. And he's an icon and a legend. Haven't written in 3 weeks, so I really need to amp things up if I want to make my summer goal. Yeah, I feel like July was a little bit sleepy for everybody, honestly. It was for me. I did some work I'm really proud of, but I took it slow. And I think everybody kind of took that breather and just that chance to step back. So I think that's just kind of a summer mood. And then it, I think, makes fall really fun. Like by the end of August, I start getting this itch where I'm like, ooh, what else can we do in the year? And I still get that NaNoWriMo itch, even though Nano is no longer a thing and she's let us all down and all that boo hiss. I still get that little like itch of excitement in the fall time. And that alone can give me motivation just by factor of it being fall, because I'm Pavlov's dog. Very kid thing to do. May I share a snippet from chapter 1? Please go ahead, Laura. Please go ahead. We needed a school break. Yeah, we were on summer vacation. We were resting our brains. While Laura's getting that snippet set up, I'm gonna get our sprint timer back up. Let's see, it's 8:15. Let's do a 25, and that should be just right. And if you want, Laura, I'll read it after we come back, so you have time and you're not rushed. But in the meantime, here's our 25-minute timer again. So good luck, everybody. Get some good words. Alrighty, friends. There we go. That was our second sprint. Let me know how you did. And let me get our banner down. I did well. Another 300 words for me, which I'm very happy with because I did get distracted during that sprint. I was digging through my Dabble settings and I found an option for a read to me tool where it'll do like text to speech, but I'm not on the right subscription tier for it, which is what I was trying to figure out because I was so excited about that being included in Dabble. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I don't have the feature, but it's very exciting that it's built in. And maybe when I finish this draft, I may upgrade for a month or two just to use that tool. um, and yeah, I do dream about someday just getting the lifetime subscription. It's so wildly expensive, but if I ever got a book deal or, a book popped off or whatever, um, I think I probably would go ahead and invest in it. Um, just because I can't seem to break up with Dabble. I just love it too much. So that was my sprint. Hello, Elle. Welcome. We were doing writing sprints or productivity sprints if there was anything else you wanted to work on. Essentially, we just chat and then put on a timer and put our heads down and get some work done. So it's like body doubling or co-working. And most of us here are writers. So if you're a writer, let us know about your project. We did get a snippet from Laura. So let's scroll back up and I want to read Laura's snippet. And I was also so glad to read this, Laura, that you're having fun with your story again. Had to work past my family's concern that I'll get possessed. Oh, I'm sorry. That's very, very intense. And I'm glad that you found your way through it and having fun with this project, not listening to the noise. All right, here's a snippet. I know everything about all humans, child. The huge, massive shadow slowly rotated in the center of the room, tendrils of smoke smelling of brimstone wrapping around each other, becoming more solid. And you will never know my own name. A barefoot stepped from the darkness, its skin whiter than sea foam and glowing bright as lightning during the witching hour. White feather wings bloomed behind the emerging naked man. He was so beautiful, as if straight out of a stained glass window. He had to be holy, but the shadows more solid. You'll never know. Oh, did I? But the shadow. Okay, sorry. I think I had some repeated comments. That was wonderful. Mm, spooky. It's good. I was picturing Voldemort, not gonna lie. In the best way. um I love You Will Never Know My Own Name. Very spooky. Spooky, spooky. Ta-da! Well done. Thank you for sharing. Malin finished making my thumbnail and started uploading it to YouTube, but struggling with timestamps. Ugh, I rarely do timestamps, I'm gonna be honest. Unless it's like a sit down and chat video. If it's a vlog, I do not do timestamps. I'm sorry. Sorry to this man. But I I don't know, the way I build my vlogs, I intend obviously for them to be watched from beginning to end. I intend for them to be watched in order. So it's not meant for people to skip around. They're welcome to, but it's not like an informative video where you might want certain parts more than others, just because I think of it as like a little art piece. That's my little protest. I don't do timestamps on vlogs. Brooke got 403 words. Thank goodness it's been so long. Good job. You broke the seal. You got over that hurdle of the blank page after some time away. Good job. Laura ended up chatting with a friend about the bonus scene and character dynamics. Very fun to bounce things off of friends. Whoop whoop, I just broke the 70K mark on my first draft, 10K more to go in the next 3 weeks to hit my summer goal. Well done. I love the 70K mark, because that's when it starts feeling like a capital B book. And if you were to print it at that point, it would feel, like, really solid, and you could do, like, a really awesome page flip. 70K is really awesome. Good job, Kat. Well done. First time I saw this channel, I don't know anything, I'm just scrolling. I click on a video. I also like to write, "What's this channel about?" Well, welcome. My channel is about writing, and most of the people here in the chat are writers. Some of us post videos about writing. A lot of us are fiction writers. I'm a fantasy writer. So let us know what you like to write. And thanks for coming and taking a chance on the stream. Totally get it. I'm just a sucker for First Draft Pro, and I think I'll always love drafting on there, even though it ain't free. Yeah, I like the UI of First Draft Pro a lot too. It reminds me a lot of Dabble, and I totally get that, like, the tool you're used to using for drafting starts to feel so comfortable, and it starts to feel really hard to draft somewhere else because that space just starts to feel like cozy and safe and like this is where I spit out the bad words and it's okay and nothing matters. So, I think sometimes drafting is a really big mind trick, and whatever you can do to trick your mind, do it. That's okay. No wonder it seemed long. That's all right. We got there. Um, Hey, Adam. Today's busy, but I'm happy to see you. Good to see you too. Thanks for joining. We are about to wrap up because I need to log on to work here in 10 minutes, but I'm glad I got to see you and say hi. You know what? You're right. No timestamp. That is my little protest against YouTube. Yeah, and we're making art. In my personal opinion, this is my personal art. That's how I want the art to be consumed. I'm not putting timestamps on a vlog. Hello, Fra Lu. Nice to see you. Glad to be here. I'm a fantasy horror dystopian writer. Awesome. Well, you will fit right in. Again, we're wrapping up here, but I hope to see you again on another stream. Definitely like a good UI, as you know. Fair enough. Yeah. Alrighty, friends. I hope you enjoyed the sprints. I hope you got a lot done. I'm so glad that everybody found it useful. I'm so glad that Kat and Allie got to kind of return to their drafts after some summer breaks. Laura, I hope you got some good words in and it was worth waking up at 4:30. Really got to see you guys and really lovely to welcome some new faces. Um, so glad you did this stream and that I made myself right. Time to take a break and feed our piglet. Oh my gosh. Yes, go feed your piglet. Yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I have some really kind of aggressive writing plans for August. So I'm hoping you will see me a lot here in the morning. I'll try to post the streams at least the day before. I'm going to try not to overlap with Alyssa and Allie and anyone else that streams in the morning. So I'm just going to be like watching my subscription feed and try to slot in the openings if that makes sense. So keep an eye out. I hope to see you guys again very soon. So thank you so much for coming. And I'll see you around on the internet. Bye.